It was a nice summer morning, so George was walking the man with the yellow hat to the subway.
Sorry I'm walking so fast, George, but I can't be late. George?
Well, he was when they started. But George had seen something so amazing, he had to stop.
Oh, there you are. Did you see a toy you want? You already have a dinosaur just like that. You want an oven?
George never had a toy that could make cake. Sweet, delicious cake.
I'm sorry, George. That's expensive, and I just bought you an expensive toy last week. George, can we please talk about this later? I'm late for work. Sorry, George, but I can't buy every toy you see. Be a good little monkey.
If the man with the yellow hat couldn't buy it, George would have to buy it himself. All he needed was to get a job and start earning money. But Mr. Glass didn't need a window washer today. Chef Pisghetti didn't need a dish dryer. It was one of those days when nobody needed a monkey's help.
The new summer display is really gonna attract customers, Dad. The palm tree goes there, beach balls on the wall, and Hawaiian lays everywhere.
I like it. Good work, son.
It'll take me a few hours to pick up everything. We'll set it up when I get back.
I could use 2 more hands while you're gone.
If you had 2 more hands, you'd be like George.
I only wish I could get an employee with 4 hands.
An employee with 4 hands? Here was someone who really needed a monkey. The grocer would be so happy with monkey help. George would probably earn that whole oven in one day.
Hey, do you work here? Perfect. I need to choose bananas. Could you help me? They need to be super sweet. I'm baking a banana cream pie for my mom.
George knew one sure way to find the sweetest tasting bananas. These bananas belonged under the counter, not on top.
How about the bunch behind you? Not the bananas in front of you, the ones behind. Try the bananas behind them. Thanks. This is the best service I've ever had in any store.
There's nothing an inquisitive monkey likes more than discovering new things. And the museum's a great place for discoveries. Like how different something can seem when you look at just a small part of it.
Hi, George. You're getting a close look at our dinosaur exhibit, I see. Then you'll be interested in this. This newly discovered Stegosaurus skeleton is our next exhibit.
Discovering dinosaur bones looked like the best job in the world. The museum always gave George lots to think about. Unlike Charky, who only ever thought about one thing: playing. He'd discovered a bone. That magnifying glass would have come in handy, but Charky was probably blocks away by now. George couldn't let Charky chew on it. What if some dinosaur lost this bone on its way to the museum? The Stegosaurus had all his bones. So did the Triceratops. And the Tyrannosaurus. If a dinosaur hadn't lost it, what kind of bone could it be? Luckily, there was always a box of Hunley's treats in the lobby.
Go! Oh! Good morning, George.
I'm gonna sleep 5 more minutes, okay?
No!
Yes, sorry. This here roller coaster whips and snaps you around hairpin turns at 70 miles per hour. So come on down to Zany Island and ride the Turbo Python 3000. That's Captain's orders. Arr!
Oh, well, that looks very exciting, George. Anyway, we have a lot of errands to run today. I gotta... Like I was saying, I'll get dressed so we can spend a fun day at Zany Island riding the Turbo Python 3000. Now, don't eat all that licorice at once, okay, George?
Huh?
Hi, Steve. Betsy?
Hi, George. Hey, have you guys been on the Turbo Python 3000? We've been on 9 times already. That's the record.
Ah, is it, fun?
He screamed his head off 9 times. We're gonna ride it all day. Wanna come?
Everyone was excited about riding the Turbo Python 3000. Except the man with the yellow hat. he was afraid of roller coasters and remembered the first and last time he rode a roller coaster. It was so long ago, he was just the boy with the yellow hat. And since that day, roller coasters upset him.
Okay, I'm a grown man. I have no reason to fear a roller coaster. Enjoy the ride, George. Whew. I am thirsty.
Excuse me. I'm sorry, but you can't ride the Turbo Python 3000. You have to be as tall as this sign to ride. And, you're not.
Sorry, pal.
That goes for you, too, son.
Do you mind if we ride without you?
Yeah.
Sorry, I measure to the top of a head, not the top of a hat. You're gonna have to really grow before you can ride there, little fella.
George wondered exactly how much he had to grow. But when he measured with his hand, he was the same height as the sign. He must have grown already.
You're not measuring right. I wish I had a ruler or something. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, the sign is 5 licorice whips tall, and you are 1, 2, 3, 4 licorice whips tall. You can come back when you're grown one more licorice whip tall. And until then, enjoy the rest of the park.
When spring is in the air, there's nothing a monkey likes more than to spring in the air. To keep his lobby orderly, Hunley always kept a close eye on George. Come on, George.
I wish I had your energy, George.
Just watching George made Hunley tired.
Hello, Professor Wiseman.
Hi. What do you have, George? Your favorite kind of dinosaur? Oh, that's your favorite. But they're the same. Those are the bones that would be inside that. You know, same as the bones in you. Feel your arm. The hard part? That's bone. It's your skeleton.
Now that he knew he had one of those under his face, George had to see the T-Rex skull up close.
George, don't. It isn't safe. Oh. Are you okay?
George always wanted to ride in an ambulance, but he couldn't really enjoy it. At the hospital, Dr. Baker decided they needed to see George's leg bone by taking an X-ray.
Well, that's a small break. We have to put your leg in a cast. Now, this cast will keep your leg from moving while the bone heals.
Hey, that looks like George.
Hundley knew what to do when he heard that name. He got ready to defend the dignity of his lobby.
Poor little guy. Is he all right?
Oh, yeah, but he's gonna be out of action for weeks.
No jumping. No noise. Hundley wasn't so sure this was George.
Well, hello. You have a visitor, George.
It was George, all right. No one else in the building smelled like that.
Hello? Hundley come up here?
Yeah, we're in George's room.
You know, in the lobby, Hundley pays more attention to George than anyone. That's friendship. Hundley could keep George company when you go to work. I'd excuse him from his lobby duties.
George, would you like Hundley to be your monkey sitter?
George thought the country house was a great little place. But he wondered, what would it be like to have a great big place? Like a country castle.
George, look what I found. My old photo album. Oh, that boy? That's me. Anyway, this got me thinking, I haven't been to the beach in a long time. You want to go? We can build sand castles. Well, I don't know if we could build a sand castle quite that nice, but that can't stop us from trying. George? I take it this means you'd like to go to the beach.
All the way there, George worked on castle plans. He wanted it to be perfect.
George, we're here. Ah, smell that salty air. George?
George hadn't planned on having so much room to build a castle. With this kind of space, he could really think big.
George, wait up! let me know when you find a good idea for a castle.
He wouldn't build just any old ordinary little sandcastle.
George said he built his sandcastle around here somewhere. Wow! Could this be George's sandcastle? Hello? Anyone home? George? It's me! George, it's the greatest sandcastle any monkey ever made, ever, anywhere!
Now he knew exactly what his castle should look like, and that he wanted it to be a surprise.
Oh, you want to build a castle like that one? Oh, you want to build a castle here, and me to build one down there? Then we surprise each other. That the idea? Okay, that sounds fun. You need a pail and shovel if you're gonna build a sandcastle.
George thought he had to build the whole thing with his hands. This would be easier than he thought.
I can give you a few tips. Oh, okay. Well, I'll be behind the next dune so you can't see what I'm building.
George's castle was going to be a big surprise. Very big. First, he marked exactly where the walls would go. Then, he decided where he'd put the door. You should always know your exits in case of fire. Now came the easy part. Building it. Summer afternoon. The perfect time for a game of Find the Pigeon.
Okay, George, playtime's over. Time to clean your room. You can play with compass after you clean your room. Bath time, George. I don't think you'll fit in the bird bath, George. You're definitely a tub monkey. Okay, time to brush your teeth and hit the sack, George.
Even though being a monkey was the greatest thing ever, pigeons didn't have to do what anybody told them.
George, time to clean your room, take a bath, wash your ears, brush your teeth, go to bed, wake up, make yourself breakfast. George!
So the next morning, George made up his mind to live like a pigeon. It turned out that birds had special pecking equipment. pigeons was hard work if you didn't come with wings. Plus, pigeons didn't have to wait for the don't walk light. George had lost his flock. To be a pigeon, you had to fly. Being a cat looked like a lot less work than being a pigeon. Now, this was the life. And no one made Gnocchi clean her room. Plus, cats took a bath wherever they wanted. Whenever they wanted. A cat bath was okay. If you didn't mind a hairy mouth and a spitty face. Maybe being a cat wasn't for George either. Here were lots of animals who didn't have to clean their rooms or brush their teeth. Surely George could find one he could be. Like a chameleon. They could change color effortlessly. Monkeys couldn't. Fish never had to stop playing to take a bath. But George wasn't good enough at holding his breath to be a fish for very long. A sunny day and a garden project meant one thing to Curious George.
That ought to soften it up a bit. Have at it, George. Make the hole good and deep, George. We don't want the roots to dry out.
George was an old dirt-digging pro. But this time, he saw something he'd never noticed before. There were things living in this dirt.
Whoa, where are you going with those worms? George, we've been through this before, remember? The turtle?
George remembered the turtle all right. It happened the first time he went swimming in Lake Wanasink Lake with Bill.
Here you go, George! Can you see it? Stick your head under and look around.
George had never put his whole head in a real lake before. George went in the lake, and the lake went in George.
George, you okay? When you're underwater, you gotta hold your breath, like this. See? Now you try it. Good job. Did you see it? You city kids. You gotta open your eyes if you want to see anything. Here, use my mask. It keeps the water out of your eyes so it's easier to see down there. Boy, are you in for a surprise. It's like a zoo down there.
Bill was right. There were so many different living things, it was like a zoo. Except wet.
What'd I tell you? Great, huh? They live down there just like we live up here. Some animals breathe in water like we breathe on land. Oh, I gotta do my paper route. Keep looking, George. If you need anything, ask Mr. Quint.
Huh?
Turtles lived on land, just like people and monkeys. But did they know to hold their breath? George didn't, and he was pretty sure he was smarter than a turtle. George tried to teach the turtle what he'd learned, then realized it was silly. Turtles don't have thumbs. So he told it to stay out of the water for its own good. George was so busy keeping the turtle safe, he had no time to search. Why did it keep trying to go in? Suddenly, it was clear. That turtle needed a bath.
George had toys for summer and toys for snow, but there were no toys for just plain cold. There weren't even birds to watch. But even the dullest monkey day could be saved by a visit with bunnies. The hutch was empty. There must have been a big bunny breakout.
What's wrong, George? Oh, are you looking for the bunnies? Ah, don't worry. I brought them in out of the cold. I'm glad you're here. We have to go to my grandmother's. Can you do me a favor while I'm gone?
George knew Bill was going to ask him to take care of the bunnies. It's something he'd dreamed about. George would pick only videos that bunnies liked, and games they could win, and show them his best bunny picture books.
I'm taking the bunnies to stay at my grandmother's house for the rest of the winter. Well, it's too cold out, and my folks won't let me keep them in the house. Grandma has a warm place they can spend the entire winter. So, could you do me a favor and put out some nuts and seeds for that jumpy squirrel every day? I don't want him to go hungry if the ground gets too cold and hard and he can't find food. See you later, George.
George remembered how it was not too long ago. Why did all fun things have to be taken away just because of some old season? He wasn't going to let winter ruin his winter. This little monkey was going to prove that winter couldn't stop him from doing whatever he wanted. Really cold water can change a monkey's plans just like that.
George, I'm back. I bought some of that really good hot cocoa. What are you doing? Soaking your feet in warm water because you got a chill? Well, when it's too cold to play outside, it's hot cocoa to the rescue.
The next day felt like the coldest day of the year.
Don't forget your scarf.
But George was not about to let it stop him from having fun the way he wanted to. Time for fun. George had won. He was having fun like winter had never come. It was a special day for George. A visit to the museum. But first, a stop at Pisghetti's for a sweet Sunday treat.
George, they're not going anywhere.
Cannoli, a brown, crunchy shell with a delicious filling.
See? 2, just for us. Hey, Gnocchi. You have your own house now?
Someone's looking for cannoli. The last 2 got taken.
I'm sorry. I don't make any new cannoli today. I'm too upset.
What's going on?
Mio caro gnocchi. She has been sneaking into the main room and scratching up at the seats. It's a disaster. You see? Look what she has done. Can you believe a little gatto, a sweet little kitty, could do such damage? I must ban gnocchi from the restaurant.
Oh, well, we saw the house you built her. It's very nice.
Grazie. I plan to add a second story, eh? Oh, that is gnocchi. She wants to come in. Oh, I feel terrible.
She only wants to come in because you say she cannot. Oh, typical cat. This kitchen is in torment. I suspect there will be no cannoli until this problem is solved. Eh? Back outside.
Oh, don't worry, George. I'm sure they'll solve the problem.
At the museum, George was too distracted to concentrate.
Professor Wiseman.
Hey, guys. Welcome to my new exhibit. It's called How Great Scientists Got Their Great Ideas. These are portraits of some great scientists. Isaac Newton, Benjamin Franklin, Marie Curie,
And Albert Einstein.
Once you think like a scientist, George, you can solve almost any problem.
George had a problem. He wanted cannoli.
You know, scientists think about problems and get ideas to solve them. They observe, then collect information. And if that information doesn't help solve their problem, they observe more and get a different idea. Oh dear, excuse me. Young man, get down from there.
George wondered what great scientists would do if they were monkeys who had no cannoli because Gnocchi had scratched the booths.
I say, do we know for certain that she did it like the chef believes?
You must think about what you observed.
George did see Gnocchi scratch the door, but could she have scratched the booth too?
What you observe does not support the chef's idea about Gnocchi making the scratches.
If George could prove Gnocchi was innocent, Chef Pisghetti would be happy, and George would have cannoli.
Oh, I love cannoli.
George had to observe more. The man with the yellow hat and George visited Professor Wiseman.
Hi, guys. This is the final draft of my new book. Would you proofread it and check to make sure everything's spelled right?
Sure, no problem. What's this one about?
Numbers. It's called Is 7 Necessary?
Now there's something I never even thought about. That's why you're the genius.
Take care of it. That's my good copy.
I'll take care of it like it was my own monkey.
You've been playing for 2 days non-stop. When's it my turn?
You want me to give up going for the record just because my little sister wants her turn?
Yes.
Hi there, Betsy, Steve, Cherokee.
Hi. What's that?
Oh, this is Professor Wiseman's new book about number sequences and logic.
Ha, Betsy's too young to understand those words.
I'm not.
Then what do they mean?
Well, I'll know after I read the book. Whoa! Turkey wants to keep walking. See ya!
Oh, everything looks so good.
Best crop all year. Don't miss out.
Slow down, George. Let's put them in a bag. Hey, George, hold on. Wait for me.
He can't wait to get home and eat that great fruit. Smart monkey. Fast, too. You better hurry.
Slow down. I'll bruise my melon. Now I'm gonna sit back and read Professor Wiseman's book. Wait a minute, where's the book? Well, where could it be? I had it in my hand the whole time.
Oh!
You know, you're right, George. I put it down to bag fruit. Let's go. Oh. Are you sure I put it down here? Excuse me, did you see a package about this big on the ground?
No, sorry.
Oh, if I'd have lost this package, Professor Wiseman would be so disappointed.
I didn't even know I had it. Sharp-eyed monkey.
George was glad to help, especially when he got a plum reward. The man went home, but George chose to stay out in case he could do more good and get more rewards. That friendly woman forgot a package. Here was his chance to earn rewards. George sure picked the right person to help. She left another package behind. Hunley didn't know what George was doing, but if he was leaving, whatever it was wouldn't be happening here this time. George was starting to think how lucky she was to have someone with the brain of a monkey to help. 'Cause boy, was she forgetful. Bringing home a new rug is always a one-man, one-monkey job. So George was happy to have his friend, the man with the yellow hat, around to help.
I'll take the front, George, and you make sure the back doesn't hit anything or drag on the ground. Hold on, we all clear back there? Okay, I'm putting it down. Whew, thanks, George. Boy, I am so happy I got this rug.
George liked the way the big tube looked in the room. Looked good flat, too.
Professor Wiseman was right. It's a perfect rug. Oh, I've got to take a picture to show her. Oh, wouldn't you know? I forgot to buy batteries. Okay, I'll be right back. Be a good little monkey. What a great rug.
Hauling a rug always makes a monkey thirsty for grape juice. A lot of grape juice. The rug made for good toe squishing. So it would probably be fun to jump on. This wasn't good. George had to get that juice off the rug. Now what? Soap. Soap cleans stuff. So more soap cleans stuff more. Bubble bath would make it smell good. That was definitely too much soap. Okay, perfect. But there was something missing. Water!
You today? Well, I'd like to buy this. It'll go perfectly with my great new rug. Wait, these legs. Yeah, I'm afraid they'd snag my great new rug.
Oh, I could fix that. Swap those legs out for ones that are less snaggy. Just take a few minutes if you don't mind waiting.
I can't wait to get a picture of that footstool on my new rug. Oh, did I mention I just got a great new rug?
George had to get all those suds out of the house so he could see if the rug was clean. George was happy he spotted the glass of juice. That could have caused a real mess. Grape juice must help you think, because George suddenly remembered when the Rinkins' basement flooded. To George, it was a perfect morning, eating and reading and having nothing better to do. But there was one thing he was supposed to do.
George, didn't you promise to clean up this room yesterday? You can't leave toys lying around. Someone could get hurt. Lucky for me, this wall was here. Now, please, clean up, George. When I come home from work, we'll spend the evening in our nice, clean living room, okay?
Rolling on the car looked fun, except for the slamming into the wall part. If one car was fun, imagine what you could do with two. George had to show his great new car shoes to someone. George couldn't wait to see the look on Hundley's face. That wasn't the look he expected. Hundley didn't want monkey handprints all over the clean doors. George didn't know how to turn around and go back.
I don't know. We have too many roller skates. Now, what can we do to make people more interested in skates?
Well, how about having a roller skating monkey give demonstrations?
And just where are we gonna find a roller skating monkey? The skates are our gift to you. You just skate in front of the store whenever you can.
You'd better give him another pair, hon. He's got 4 feet.
Well, I thought he had 4 hands, but fine, 2 pairs it is. Okay, let's see what you can do.
Maybe he should practice outside.
Yeah, gotcha.
Now you practice, little mister, then come back.
Okay. You ever think we'll see him again?
If you can't trust a monkey, who can you trust?
George liked his new skates. But what were these black things for? George thought that even Hundley would have to admire his skates, especially since now he knew how to stop.
Huh? Let me help you with those. Hundley, you're in charge.
A monkey on wheels looked wrong, but a proud, sleek dachshund on nice wheels. George knew exactly what Hundley wanted to do.